السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are looking at lesson number 47, as you can see. And in this particular lesson, we are looking at Al-Asadu, and that is the name or the topic for this particular lesson, Al-Asad. And we all know the Asad. Al-Asad is the lion. So this is a very beautiful topic. And of course, we all know as the lion is a sign of what? Bravery. And it is something that the Arabs, they like a lot, because the Arabs, they used to like bravery when we talk about bravery. So, and when they like something, they give a lot of importance to it. So the Asad in the Arabic context, the Arabic history is something that is very beautiful, and something very importance is given to it, much importance or regard is given to it. And so you see the Asad having a lot of names. It has several names. There is a book which you see the author writes about the more than 100 names of Asad, of the lion alone. So it is something very beautiful. So let's begin the topic here. The Sheikh begin by saying that Al-Asadu Malikul Gaba. Al-Asadu Malikul Gaba. The lion is the king of the jungle, or the king of the forest. Al-Gaba is the forest. So he is the king of the forest or the jungle. Wasayyidu Siba, and the master of the predators. As-Siba is from Sabu'un. Sabu'un means a predator, is singular. The plural is Siba. So Sayyidu Siba, the master of the predators. Wahayatuhu tadullu ala zalik. So why did he say he is the master of the predators? Hayatuhu tadullu ala zalik. His nature, the hay'a of something is the nature of it. His nature, tadullu ala zalik, points to that. One thing, hay'a, as I said, is nature, but hay'a could also be an organization or a particular body, okay, or an authority is also hay'a, okay. So, for example, you have Atur Raashida. You see this particular organization in Syria, Atur Raashida, a very common organization. So, a hay'a can be an organization or an authority. I hope that is clear. But the main thing here is nature, the nature of something. Bimana tabi'atihi. So wahayatuhu tadullu ala zalik. Its nature points to that, points to the fact that it is the master of the predators. Falahu manzarun mahibun. It has a scary look. Manzar mahibun. Mahibun is scary, something that scares you, okay, or fearful, scary or fearful look. Manzar, of course, we all know manzar. Manzar is the look of something, the scene of something. Wazairun, bimana, he also has this lahu, is still affecting this one. Wazairun, bimana, lahu zairun, tadwi lahu al-ghabat. He also has something that we call zair. Zairun is the cry of the lion. Different animals have different cry, way they cry. So if you look at the donkey in the Quran, you see similar one, and that one is Zafirun. Also Zafir, like Allah says, Allah talking about that is believers, says that فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ شَقُّوا فَفِي النَّارِ لَهُمْ فِيهَا زَفِيرٌ وَشَهِيقٌ اللهم لا تجعلنا منهم. Allah knows to make us among them. Those who are the disbelievers, in the hellfire, they are going to be having Zafir. Zafir is the cry of the donkey. When you put a lot of load on the donkey and it is exhaling out of exhaustion, then you hear this cry. That is Zafir. Okay, Zafir. So Allah says you are going to be hearing this kind of cry in the hellfire. So Zafir, that's Zafir. Shahik is also associated with the donkey when it is inhaling. Okay, inhaling. But Zafir, Zair here, not Zafir, Zair. Okay, this one is Zair. It is relating to the Asad, the lion, the roar. We call it roar, the roar of the lion when the lion is roaring. Okay, so the kind of that cry of the lion is called the Zair. Okay, but with Fa, Zafir is the donkey, the cry of the donkey. Different animals too have different names or ways they cry. So, Tadwi lahul ghabat. The ghabat, the forest. Okay, Tadwi. Bimana that when we say dawa yadwi, it means to echo from dawa yadwi, to echo something. So the forest echoes the cry of the lion, echoes it. So wazairun tadwi lahul ghabat, and is a roar that the forest echoes. وَيَطِيرُ لَهُ قَلْبُ الشُّجَاعِ, and the heart of the brave one. قَلْبُ الشُّجَاعِ, al-shuja' is the brave person. So the heart of the brave person flies for it, meaning that if you are brave, no matter how you are brave, when you see the lion or when you stand in front of the lion, your bravery will disappear. Your firm heart, if you are brave, you have a brave heart, it will fly away. Is this an expression, of course? Okay, meaning that your bravery goes away when you are in front of the lion. يطير له قلب الشجاع. Or say طار قلبه, يعني, or طار. Mostly used if you say طار قلبي له, my heart flew for him, meaning that I was scared. My bravery flew away. I was scared when I met him or I encountered him. But it can also comes to mean love. Okay, طار قلبي له. It can also comes to mean love. Okay, when you love someone, say طار قلبي له, I love him. I hope that is clear. But here it is meaning being afraid. So Qawiyul Bas, he says that Qawiyul Bas, meaning that it is brave. Qawiyul Bas, it is one word. Qawiyul Bas meaning that, Shadidul Bas, severe bravery. Bas is actually, Bas alone is war or vengeance. So Allah says, فَلَمَّا أَحَسُّوا بَعْثَنَا إِذَا هُمْ مِنْهَا يَرْكُضُونَ. Those who are wrongdoers in the past, okay, the past nations who were wrongdoing nations, when they أَحَسُّوا بَعْثَنَا, when they hassa is to detect something. When they detect that the punishment of Allah is coming, إِذَا هُمْ مِنْهَا يَرْكُضُونَ. They were fleeing. They knew that this is not a place to stay again. So they flew. They started fleeing. Like Allah says, فَلَمَّا أَحَسُّوا بَعْثَنَا. When they detected, they just made a little bit of detection that Allah's punishment is coming. So Bas there means war. The war of Allah is coming. So Bas, as I said, it means war or vengeance. Okay. So, but when you say Qawiyul Bas, it means that strong bravery or severe bravery. Kabirul Jism, it has big body. Okay, Kabirul Jism. Jismun is the body. It has big body. Yuhitu bi ra'sihi sha'run kabirun. A big hair surrounds the head. Ahata yuhitu. I've made mention of ahata. Yuhitu means to surround. So yuhitu bi ra'sihi sha'run kabirun. Bimana, a big hair surrounds the head of the lion. Yakadu yahjubu rukbatayhi. It is almost covering his knees. Yakadu yahjubu. Hajaba yahjubu is to cover something. Like we have hijab. Hijab is something that serves as a barrier. It covers something. So hajaba yahjubu is to cover. That's the verb. So yakadu yahjubu, it is almost covering his knees. Rukbatayhi, his two knees. Rukbatun is the knee, but rukbatayni is initial rukbatayni, two knees. But when the when a domir is being attached as a mudof ilay, the nun will disappear. So rukbatayhi, his two knees. Iza godiba, when it gets angry. Iza godiba, when it gets angry. Taja taja'adat jabhatuhu. The jabha is the forehead. So taja'adat. The verb is difficult to pronounce. Okay, taja'ada yataja'adu. Taja'ada yataja'adu. It means to wrinkle. To wrinkle. Okay, you know when someone is angry, and you can see from his face, especially on his cheeks, you can see the skin become kind of wrinkled. That is taja'ada. Meaning, it is kind of wrinkling, not just wrinkling, to signify his anger and disgust. So, taja'adat jabhatuhu, his forehead become wrinkled. So you can see the forehead, the skin do as if it is wrinkled. You see some kind of waves, okay, wavy nature. The skin become like waves, line, and you can see the wrinkle. That's taja'ada. So taja'ada jabhatuhu wa khaddahu, and his two cheeks. Khaddun is the cheek, the two cheeks, khaddani, and then when the domir attached, khaddahu. Wa kashara an anyabihi. Wa kashara is to expose. Wa kashara an anyabihi, and his anyab is coming from nabun. Nabun is the canine tooth. Okay, nabun is what? Is the canine tooth. So when we see anyab is the plural, the canine teeth. I hope that is clear. So it become exposed. Wa abraqat aynahu, and his two eyes sparkles. Abraqa is it sparkles, like we have bark. Okay, bark. Bark is the lighten. When it is raining, you see the lightening. That is bark. Okay. So wahtalaja hajibahu. Ikhtalaja. This is the verb here. Ikhtalaja yahtaliju. It means to quiver. Okay, to shake a little bit, like to move a little bit. Hajibahu. Hajibun is the eyebrow. The eyebrow. So his eyebrow, ikhtalaja, it moves a little bit. It quivers. وَوَقَفَ شَعْرُ بَدَنِهِ, and the hair of his body. Okay, the hair of his body stands up. Waqafa, it stands up. You know when someone is angry, you can see sometimes when a person is angry, you see the hair of the body standing up. This is very common in cats. Okay, the cat, when the cat is very angry, you see the hair, it becomes very upright. So that is waqafa sha'ru badanihi. Wa daraba bi zanabihi, and he beat or he hit by his tail, jambayhi, his two sizes. He hit his two sizes by his tail. You know, he used the tail to hit the two sizes. Okay, he shakes it by hitting the two sizes of his body. Okay, zamb. Okay, zanabun is the tail. Zanab is the tail, and it's very interesting. You see a particular word that we call zamb, and the plural is zunub. You see it in the Quran. Okay, ليغفر الله لك ما تقدم من ذنبك. So zamb is similar things. Zamb is not a sin. It's different from ism. We have zamb and we have ism. When in the context of the prophet, you never hear ism used for the prophet. Okay, the prophet doesn't. It's not someone who commits sins. So it's not zamb. It's not ism that is used for him. It's zamb that is used for him. Zamb is coming from zanab. The tail of the animal is called zanab, and from that origin we have zamb. And zamb or the plural, which is zunub, which means condemnation. You know, when you do something and then you are not happy with it, it is maybe a wrong decision that you took, and then but it in itself is not a sin. I don't know whether you are getting me, but just that you become demoralized. Example, I made an agreement, or I made myself, or I say that, let's say I just say I am going to be praying tahajjud every day, and maybe today I was not able to wake up for tahajjud and I got demoralized. Okay, I just got worried. I just got worried. It in itself is not a sin. Tahajjud is not compulsory on us. Maybe it was compulsory on the Prophet, but not for us. So, even though I am demoralized, but it is not a sin, so it can be zamb. So, in the context of the Prophet is, a high standard is required of him. There are some certain things compared to our standard. It's not a sin on a human being, on a normal human being, but where he found himself, Allah the Prophet is way above the creation, because he has a high standard, much is expected of him from Allah. So there are some certain strategical mistake he may make, but in a normal context, it's not a sin, but he felt worried. So that could be zamb. Let me give you an example. In the battle, after the battle of Badr, there were about 70 people who were captive, they were captured, disbelievers. The Prophet was seeking suggestions. So the Prophet asked the believers for their suggestions. The first person, Umar, radiallahu anhu, he said that they should be killed. All of them, they should be killed. We should kill them. Because if we leave them, we free them, they will go back to Mecca, give birth to kuffar. They will come one day and attack us. That was the idea he was having. If we leave them, they will just go replot and come back one day. So we should annihilate all of them. We should just kill all of them. We shouldn't allow them to leave. Then Abu Bakr, he gave a suggestion. We should allow them to teach those of them who are literate, those of them who are learned, who are knowledgeable. We should allow them to teach some of the Muslims who are illiterate for a particular period of time. And if they do it, maybe we can free them. So let's say we'll give them several months. Let's say you have 4 months, teach this person. Maybe one of them would pick one of them, assign him to a Muslim who is not educated. Teach him for, let's say, 4 months, maybe how to read and write. You are teaching him, okay, for maybe a particular period of time. Then afterwards, we'll free you. So that's what Abu Bakr was suggesting. So the Prophet went by Abu Bakr's opinion. Wahy was not revealed to the Prophet. The Prophet was not given a wahy to do this. Allah didn't give him a wahy. This is what you should do. So in that context, the Prophet was left to make a decision. And so he consulted the Sahabas, and then they gave their suggestions. He went by Abu Bakr's suggestion. He took it into practice. That was what, they didn't kill them. That was what he went by Abu Bakr's suggestion. They collected fidya from some of them, like you pay, and then for a particular certain thing, and then they will release you. And then some of them, they did allow them to teach the believers. And so they did these kind of things, and then they later freed some of them. So Allah, afterwards, Allah was not happy with that decision. Allah was not happy with that decision. Allah talked about it in Surah Al-Anfal. Allah says all of them should have been killed. Allah said Umar's indirectly, Abu Bakr's Umar's opinion should have been taken into consideration. All of them should have been killed. So in that case, the Prophet felt demoralized. So you see, in that context, it's not that he disobeyed Allah. It's not that wahy was given to him and then he contradicted it. There was no wahy, so he was left to choose, to make a decision. So in that context, the Prophet, he's not like us. As for we who just say, oh, there was no information given to me, so I just choose what I think was right. But this is not he's not like any of us. The Prophet was very, very demoralized. Even Abu Bakr himself, they say Abu Bakr made a lot of istighfar after this, harsh verses in Surah Al-Anfal came down. They are very, very harsh verses. Allah said, it's not, cool verses. The verses are very harsh and very, very heart-touching decision verses. So that is zamb from zanab. From zanab, the tail of the animal. When you have a tail, how do you feel? You feel demoralized. You a human being, actually you are having tail. Okay, actually you are having tail. You don't feel, like any other human being. You feel demoralized, right? So that is the similar thing. It's just something that makes you feel uncomfortable. That is zamb. That is zamb. But it in itself is not a sin. So prophet, that it is used for the prophet. The prophet is having zamb, not ism. Ism is a pure sin. Like you just committed a sin, that is ism. I hope that is clear. And the plural is zunub. But very unfortunately, you will not even hear. As for the prophet, he's just used, the singular is used for him, as if he's just having one sin. The yafir like Allahumma taqaddama min zambika, not min zunubika. You will not hear zunub used for the prophet. You hear only zamb, as if it's just even one. Allah is even belittling it. You know. That is Rasulullah. Okay, Khairul Bariyah. So that is zamb. Okay, zanab. So please take note of that. It's a very beautiful word because you know it has an application to the Quran and we had to explain it. So he says that وكشر عن أنيابه ووقف الشعر وضرب بجانبه جنبيه وأطبق عينيه, and he closes his two eyes. ومال إلى الأرض, and he leaned to the earth, to the ground. Mala, I've said mala yamilu is to lean towards something. ووثب على فريسته. ووثب, when we say wathaba means to attack, to jump onto. You know when an animal jump, mostly when you throw meat, have you seen this this scene where you are holding a fish, you are holding fish, maybe fried fish, and a cat is just looking at you. He has seen the fish, and then you just throw it to the ground, and the cat just pounce on it. He just pounce onto the fish. That is wasaba. Okay, wathaba is for an animal to jump and just pick something. That is wathaba. So wathaba ala farisatihi, and he jumps. So this is what the lion does. He leans to the earth. It's not that he's leaning, he's coming to sleep or something. No, he's preparing to jump. And mostly you see it when you see animals, they are coming to attack. Sometimes they lean a little bit. They go to the ground and they do as if they are going backwards. Then he now jump onto the prey. So the farisatun is the prey. Okay, the prey, the victim of the attack. That's the farisatun is the prey. And then the one who is attacking the predator is called the sabu'un. The plural is siba. Okay. So wathaba ala farisatihi kasa'iqa, like a thunderbolt. Okay. Sa'iqatun. Sa'iqatun is, as I said, a thunderbolt, but it is a blast. A blast that can just annihilate people. Like Allah says, فَإِنْ أَعْرَضُوا فَقُلْ أَنذَرْتُكُمْ مِثْلَ صَاعِقَةِ عَادٍ وَثَمُودَ. فَقُلْ أَنذَرْتُكُمْ بِصَاعِقَةٍ مِثْلَ صَاعِقَةِ عَادٍ وَثَمُودَ. Like Allah says, the Prophet was reciting this verse to Utbah. You know, so sa'iqa is a large blast or sound that can just annihilate people. That is sa'iqa, like the thunderbolt. When it is raining and you hear the thunder, striking very hard. So hatta iza zafira biha, until when it zafira bi, the verb here is zafira bi. Zafira bi is to get hold of something, to get something. That is zafira bi. So for example, it's mostly used for prizes. Okay, when you earn a prize, you say zafir to bi kaza wa kaza. Okay, zafir to bil jaiz. Okay, zafira bi, as I said, is to earn, to get something. Okay, something you have been wishing for, you finally get it. You say zafir to be, I've earned it, I've gotten it. So hatta iza zafira biha, until when it get hold of it. Akhaza fi mula abatiha, it begins in playing, in its playing. Akhaza here is from the af'al shuru. Af'al shuru, as we said, they come to mean to start. Okay, like bada'a, okay, ja'ala, akhaza, tofiqa. it comes to mean to start. Okay. أخذ في ملاعبتها بمعنى بدأ في ملاعبتها. It begins playing with it. Okay. ملاعبة means having fun or playing. So after it begins to, it's as if it is playing with it. You see a lion, when a lion catch an animal, you see it is using its hands to just move the animal here and there, moving it side by side. Look at what will happen. ثُمَّ مَزَّقَهَا بِأَنْيَابِهِ تَمْزِيقًا. Then it tears it up with its canine tooth. بِأَنْيَابِهِ, with its canine tooth. When we say mazzaqa, mazzaqa is to rip a shirt apart. When you take a shirt and just rip it, tear it into pieces, that is mazzaqa. Okay, that is what? Mazzaqa. So, and the noun is tamzik. So, summa mazzaqaha, that is how the lion tears apart the animal, the prey. The prey. That's how the lion tears it apart. Bi-anyabihi, with his canine teeth. Tamziqan, with complete tearing. Tamziqan, with complete what? Tearing. وَإِذَا كَانَ الْأَسَدُ مُقَيَّدًا. And when the lion is muqayyad, when we say muqayyad, tied, okay, tied. When it is tied, دَلَّتْ هَيْئَتُهُ عَلَى الْهُدُوءِ. Its nature, or its characteristic, like its nature, points to calmness. When it is tied, it is calm. It is not harsh. Okay, it's just as if it is calm. فَإِذَا أُفْلِتَ. And when it is uflita, when we say uflita, this is majhul. The actual verb is aflata. Aflata yuflitu. It means to release or to free. So fa'iza uflita, when it is released or when it is freed, when it was tied, okay, when it was muqayyad, when it was tied, it was calm. But he's saying that is a uflita, when it is released or when it's freed, the chain is removed. Wahuyija, and it is aroused. Okay, the verb here is hayyaja. Hayyaja. Hayyaja means to provoke or to arouse. So wahuyija, and it is aroused. In dafa'a min arinihi. It pops out in dafa'a to gush out, to push out, to come out with strength. That is in dafa'a. It jumps out min arinihi, from its arin. When we see arin, it's like when you go to a forest, you see maybe a hole where the lion is resting. That is the arin. Something like a cave. It's mostly, let me show it to you. I think I should show it to you so that you can see it for yourself. Arinul Asad. Arinul Asad. Arinul Asad. I think this is it. So see this one. I hope you can see. So you can see something like a cave or a hole where the lion is quietly resting. So that's the arin. Arin. That's his arin. Okay. So what is a wahuyija? So when it is aroused, in dafa'a min arinihi, you see how it is lying down. It gush out, like it comes out with force. That is in dafa'a. Okay, in dafa'a is to be moved. Min arinihi, from his resting place. The arin. This is the arin. Just this hole. Okay, where most animals have this kind of cage. It's not necessarily cage, but it's this kind of thing where they are resting. That's the arin. وهو أكثر شجاعة في الليل منه في النهار. And it is it is more brave. أكثر شجاعة, it is more brave في الليل, in the night, منه في النهار, than the daytime. In the night it is very brave than or compared to the daytime. Okay, وَيَمُرُّ بِالْإِنسَانِ, and it passes by the human being. وَيَمُرُّ بِالْإِنسَانِ. It passes by the human being. But what happens? يَمُرُّ بِالْإِنسَانِ وَلَا يَتَعَرَّضُ لَهُ. And it doesn't confront it. تَعَرَّضَ يَتَعَرَّض, to confront. Okay, or to attack. Here you can say to attack. وَلَا يَتَعَرَّضُ لَهُ. It can pass by the human being without confronting it or without attacking it. إِلَّا إِذَا كَانَ ضَارِيًا. Except when it is dorian, it is wild. It is what? It is wild or violent. Okay, it is a violent or wild one. أو حاجه إنسان, or a human being agitates it. A human being agitates it, but make it angry. When a human being makes it angry or agitates it or make it aroused, it can attack you. That's what it means. He says that وَيَحْجُمُ عَلَى الْحَيْوَانَاتِ. وَيَحْجُمُ عَلَى الْحَيْوَانَاتِ. And it attacks. Hajama means to attack. Hajama yahjum, to attack. وَيَحْجُمُ عَلَى الْحَيْوَانَاتِ. And it attacks animals. كَالْخَيْلِ, like the horse. وَالْجِمَالِ, and the camels. وَالْبَقَرِ, and the cows. وَغَيْرِهَا, and other than it. Other than that what he has mentioned in simplicity, etc. وَيَصِيدُ الزَّبْيَ, and it hunts الزَّبْيَ. الزَّبْيَ is the antelope. Okay, it hunts the antelope. وَيَأْكُلُهُ بِرَقْبَةٍ, and it is the antelope برقبة, with desire. وَتَدْفَعُهُ الْجَرَاءَةُ إِلَى اختطاف الإنسان من بين قومه. وتدفعه الجراءة. الجراءة is bravery or courage, boldness. That is jara'atun. Boldness or courage is jara'a. So jara'atuhu is bravery, or the manner is courage or boldness. Tadfa'uhu, it pushes it. The manner, the bravery of the lion pushes it ila ikhtitafil insani min bayni qawmihi, to snatch or to abduct or to hijack. That is, the verb here is ikhtatafa. Ikhtatafa yakhtatifu. It means to snatch. You know, when let me give you an example. Have you seen the eagle? It just come down and then just snatch a hen, the baby of the hen, and then it flies away. A hawk. You see the hawk. The hawk, it just do as if it is coming. It is not, going to do that. Then it just comes out at once and then it snatch the baby of the hen. So that is ikhtatafa. Okay, ikhtatafa is to snatch, to hijack, to abduct, to just pick something out of once, unexpectedly. So jara'atuhu, the courage of the lion, tadfa'uhu, it pushes it ila ikhtitafil insan, to the abducting of a human being min bayni qawmihi, from in between his people. He can be among them in the mix of people, but the lion can just come and snatch it out. So that's what he's saying. Wa unsal asa, without any fear. So that's what is jara'a, the courage of it can make it do this, can push it to do this. Wa unsal asad, and the female of the lion, or the female lion, tu'rafu bil labu'a, is known by labu'a. The name of it is labu'a. The name of the female lion is al-labu'a. Wa hiya asgharu juthatan, and it is smaller in size. It is smaller in body size. Juthatan, asgharu juthatan. Juthatan is body. Okay, Muslims for the corpse of a person, the user. So wa hiya asgharu juthatan, it is smaller in body size. Wa akhaffu harakatan, and it is more light in movement. Akhaffu, from khafif, it is more light in movement, meaning that it moves slowly. It doesn't move very fast with this kind of jara, this kind of courage like the male one. it moves very slowly. That's what he's saying. وَأَشَدُّ غَضَبًا مِنْهُ, and it is severer in anger than the male one. The female lion is the one which is even more, has a lot of anger. وَجَرْؤُهَا, and the young one, the young lion or the baby lion, Shibl is known by Shibl, the name of it is Shibl. So you see, all these are names of lion: Al-Labwa, Al-Shibl, Al-Asad, and then a whole lot of other names. Okay, so it has when it is small, when it is male, when it is female, when it is this, a whole lot of names. So وَيَبْدَأُ فِي الْإِفْتِرَاشِ, and it starts iftirash. You can see the faras, like I just told you. Faras is the what? The farisatun is the what? Is a prey, right? So iftiras is hunting. Okay, like hunting for other animals. So wayabda'u fil iftiras, and it begins hunting. The young one. Wayahtammu biquwwatihi iza balagha saniyata min umrihi, and it gives much importance or much attention to its strength. Iza balagha saniyata min umrihi, when it reaches 2 years. When it reaches 2 years, it gives importance to or attention to its strength. It starts seeing itself as being strong, and it can it doesn't care to attack other animals at that age. Then he says that, he continued by saying that وَمُعَدَّلُ طُولِ الْأَسَدِ, and the average length of the asad, the lion, salasu azru'in, is 3 arms. Is 3 what? Arms. Okay. Zira is the arm. Zira'un is the arm. Okay, so the measure of the arm, just like the arm, the length of the arm, 3 of it is the length of the asad, the lion. Wa uluwihi, wa uluwuhu. Uluwun is height. From ala ya'alu. When we say ala ya'alu, it can mean height although, but it can also mean arrogant. Whatsoever is arrogant, he's trying to show his height, how he's higher than any other person. So it can be used in that context to mean arrogance. So wa uluwuhu, he is height, but as I said, ulu can also come to mean someone experimenting his arrogance, seeing himself as higher than any other person on the earth. Like Allah says, Inna Fir'auna ala fil ard. Fir'aun was someone who was, very arrogant. He was trying to show his height, how he's higher than any other person on the earth. So like Allah mentioned. So wa uluhu zira'un, and his height is an arm. Wa rub'un, and 1/4. Wa mu'addalu ma ya'ishu, and the average of what it lives, the average of its age, the average age lifespan of the lion, khamsun wa ishruna sana, is 25 years. That's the average age of the lion. Waqad yablugu, and it may reach, it may reach, fi qafasihi, in its cage, mi'ata sanatin aw aksar. It may reach 100 years in its cage or more. If it is in the cage, it can be up to 100 years or even more than that. So that's what we have learned. Very interesting lesson. There are a lot of vocabularies, new vocabularies that we have learned. So please, I will encourage you to go over it several times so that those new vocabularies, they will stick into our heads, inshallah. Jazak Allahu Khairan. We'll stop here. Of course, this is the end of the lesson, and we'll continue a new lesson in the next session. Okay. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في قرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم من آياتي والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.